Hey all friends, welcome to the channel, Bob here, and this is just going to be a quick video essentially about a Dungeons & Dragons Online mechanic that I've kind of just fallen down the rabbit hole, essentially. And yeah, it's one of the, well, I think it's the most interesting mechanic in the game. Not for everyone, but I think it's the most interesting mechanic in the game, and also yeah, it's kind of now making me rethink about building my character. Essentially, what happens is you can reincarnate when your character reaches certain levels. So at level 20, you can just trying to give you an example. Really, let's try class. Class. Let's have a look. No, let's go back. Let's go to classes and pick wizard. Okay, so yeah, so at level 20, you can reincarnate your character, which takes it back to level 1. The thing I'm not sure about is if you keep all your equipment that you had. If you do, that's obviously super duper amazing. But what it does, it allows you to start a new character, and you get a past life feat. So if you level a wizard to 20 and then you reincarnate, you get this. Each time you acquire this feat, you gain +2 spell penetration, and you can stack that 3 times. So you can get, so if you played a wizard to level 23 times reincarnated, you'd end up with +6 spell penetration, and DCs of the wands that you use. You also get like that's a passive. You also get an ability that you can activate, which is this one here. I'm not sure if you get both of them or if you have to choose, but I would certainly choose the passive one. I think, and this is kind of like a whole new way of building a character. You know, you could kind of have this ultimate super Saiyan character in mind, and yeah, and you can play this is a way of playing the game, and I think many people end up doing this because, particularly, I mean, bearing in mind everything I say here, I'm a newbie, so if I make any mistakes, then please let me know. But yeah, it's a bit. I'm trying to liken it to another mechanic in another MMO, and it was really difficult. I guess it's a bit like twinking in EverQuest, where you start a new character and they've got some equipment already, and it gives them an advantage when they start leveling up again. And you can just keep doing this. I believe. I don't believe there's any limit to it. And also there are skills that are just used. So if you want to build a super duper ultimate spellcaster, you know, you would level up a wizard maybe 3 times, you know, to get the +6 spell penetration, which would be pretty awesome on a wizard, particularly when you're doing high level stuff. That's mostly for casters, I guess, but there are some here that are quite useful just generally. So the barbarian one, past life, is +10 hit points. So whenever you if you had a past life as a barbarian, when you reincarnate, you can start as a different class. You re-roll essentially. So you can play a barbarian to 20, reincarnate, and you start a wizard with 10 more hit points, and you can stack that 3 times. So whenever you reincarnate, if you've got barbarian past lives, you'll have 30 more hit points to start off with, and, you know, or there's an activated ability here as well, which just seems pretty amazing. Now, before I go on, I'm going to stress that obviously there's a time investment here. This is not for everyone, but I do feel that if you've got the spare time and you love DDO, then what an amazing mechanic for you to be able to have a very long-term goal and kind of work towards that. And what's quite good as well is that it allows you to try out different classes and races, you know, because as you said, you know, like I'm kind of planning on doing it, and I might play through as barbarian, just to get that passive, because it seems like generally for whatever your character is going to be ultimately, that would be one that works really well. as a ultimately I want to be a spellcaster of some kind, I think. So I would probably pick up, play through as these classes, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, and pick up their abilities. I think the sorcerer one, maybe if you're going to be I think the sorcerer one gives you +1 to the DCs of your evocation spells, and you gain 20 additional spell points. That's worth doing anyway. I guess this will be a good one if you plan on being a sorcerer. I think wizards also cast evocation spells, don't they? If your ultimate aim is to be a warlock, that's probably not as relevant, but you do get a bit additional spell points, and it could be stacked, so that'd be 60 additional spell points. And you get this when you reincarnate. So when you reincarnate to level 1, you're basically more super duper. Now again, as I said, this is a time investment, and I'm sitting here going, oh wow, this is a great idea. I've got no idea how long it takes to level to 20. I imagine the more you do it, the quicker the more you get familiar with the quests, the quicker it is. So I imagine there are some people who can just knock these out fairly quickly. There are not just class ones though. There are race ones as well. Let's see if I can find it easily. Let's pick Warforged, for example. Hopefully the Warforged has got feats. Yeah, past life feats. So there's also racial ones. I think there's also racial reincarnations. So this gives you a reason to like if you're going to try a new class, as well as trying new classes to gain the abilities or just see if you like them, then you've also got racial ones. I think the racial ones take the place, because there are level 30 reincarnations as well, which I'll just cover quickly in a sec. But I think the racial ones happen at level 20 or beyond. So I think these will probably replace the class ones, so you can't do both. But if you went through and got three Warforged past life feats, that would be +3 con when you're from level 1 when you start your new character. I think dwarf is constitution as well, so if you went through and did those, I mean that is 6 times. I'm not saying this is short term, but I do find it quite a fascinating way to build a character. So you could start a new character with +6 con. I think there's stuff. I think there are racials for each stat probably. So yeah, again, it's an amazing thing. I'm quite excited by it. Someone who does have a lot of time to waste. Yeah, it does feel like a pretty interesting way of building a character. I've never come across it before. What you also then get are epic ones. So an epic past life, I think, will drop you down. So heroics are the level 20 ones, I believe. But then you've got epic ones, which you do from level 30. So if you look at some of these epic past life feats, when you get to level 30, and what you can do if you get to level 30, you can reincarnate down to 20 to get an epic one, and then you can class or race reincarnate down to level 1, so you get that bonus as well. So leveling to 30 means you get two bonuses. Then when you start your level 1 character, you've got those bonuses. Some of the epic ones are the arcane. I think with the epic ones you get both of these. So you get a passive, as you can see here, and you also get an activated one. Most of the arcane ones, this looks quite good. Oh, it's a stance, so some magic resistance plus a passive bonus to magic absorption. There's a divine one, and I think you can kind of work it so you can choose any of these. So even if your next character that you're going to play through at level 1 is going to be a spellcaster, you can still pick up these Um, this looks quite nice. So yeah, so these are giving you like +2 AC, +1 per 10 levels per stack. So again, you could do this 3 times. That's quite a lot from an epic point of view. But yeah, and there's some maximum hit points as well. There's one here that's like a regen. So maximum hit. No, these are all maximum hit points. So yeah, so you start off with maximum hit points. And then, so you start off with more hit points. So your new character will have an advantage. Whatever you do, your new character will have an advantage. I think one of these stances is healing as well. So this one here. Each minute you heal with positive energy. So 5 hit points plus 5 hit points per every 5 character levels. Healing is doubled and tripled with 2 or 3 stacks of this. So if you've got 3 stacks of that, you haven't got to worry about you're just going to be getting this constant regeneration every minute, which is pretty amazing. There's a completionist one as well, which gives you another Twist of Fate slot, which I don't know what Twist of Fate slots are at the moment, so you'll have to excuse me. But that is the reincarnation past life mechanic. And to me it just sounds amazing. I mean, if you're really dedicated to the game, like, what an amazing way of keeping you playing, letting you try out different classes, but that you might not have tried potentially, but allowing you to try them out even if you don't like them. As I said, I'm not sure how quick the learning process is, but I would imagine it's fairly, once you know what you're doing, it's fairly quick to get to 20. So you could even worth taking a barbarian to level 20 and then starting again. I'm not sure how easy it is to get a barbarian to 30. Like for someone who's soloing like myself, I'm not sure how the reality of that. But yeah, but the one thing I'm not sure about is obviously leveling times. If you've got time, it doesn't matter. But I'm certainly thinking about leveling my just leveling differently. Thinking about more of a long-term goal, because I do love the game and I can't see any reason why I'm going to stop playing it in the near future if you've got all these quest packs and quests to unlock and do. So I'm kind of thinking more about that now, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, what shall I start on? The kind of initially it kind of feels like the easy route is to start on the class ones, you level to 20, but I'm kind of wondering if it's worth picking a quick leveler like a sorcerer, getting to 30, and then picking up an epic and a racial, and then doing sorcerer again, picking up another epic and another racial. That's something that I don't have a problem doing. Again, that might be a problem for some people. I can kind of repeat content over and over again in games. If you've watched my EverQuest videos, you'll be fully aware of that fact. So I imagine that there are walls for people and people just wouldn't like this. I don't want to play this class just to get this, or I don't have the time. But you may find a combination of classes that you do like that will benefit your ultimate class if you want to go that way potentially. It's I'm not sure what leveling is like from 20 to 30. Maybe I'm being far too hopeful here. Maybe the leveling time between 20 and 30 really ramps up, making it quite, it's not something that bothers me, but it might make it quite a grind to keep doing that. I'm really not sure. But as I said, it seems like a massively interesting mechanic that I'm going to look at more today, and maybe plan myself out of character, see where we go. The other thing I was kind of wondering is that there are lots of different quests and level packs, expansions and stuff aimed at different levels. So I'm wondering if you could level to 30 and not play all of the quests, not see all of the quests. And then on your second playthrough, choose some different quests. So it's a different experience. Obviously, at some point you're going to be repeating content, and you'll probably end up repeating content that well, so things go quicker. But I'm wondering if there's a way of doing that as well, so that your first 2 or 3 playthroughs. Just a little bit different, maybe. Anyway, that's it. Looks like an interesting mechanic. So I'm going to be looking at today. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.